Monday has Rich, Tennessee Homestead. How the heck are you today? Did you get everything done you plan to do this weekend? Good deal. If not, you probably took some time off because, man, I don't know where y'all are at, but wow, it has been so hot the past, at least the last 3-4 days up here. Yeah, we had a spoiled summer so far. We really haven't gotten into a lot of heat. Yeah, that's changed now. We're back to good old Tennessee summers, and which is good. Otherwise we'll all become a bunch of whiny butts, which we have become a bunch of whiny butts since we got this hot weather back. You live in the South, expect it. Anyway, today's Barn Chat, I'm going to cover some information about talking to your cows. How you go about that? How do you train cows? What's the best way to approach it? And for some of you folks who go, I have no interest in doing cows at all. You got dogs? Dogs are herd animals too. Got goats? They're herd animals too. All these things do apply. Okay? So it might be something you want to stick around and watch. But since I'm not going to be able to revisit that whole thing on the series that I'm doing, I wanted to cover that a little bit more in depth about talk to your animals. It matters. So, see you in just a moment. Let's talk a little bit about your cattle, your sheep, goats, any herd animal or pack animal, dogs, and try to get you up to speed here just a little bit. Now, you'll hear me frequently tell people, especially if they're new to large animals like cattle. Now, I want to clarify. Dairy breeds, if they've been worked, hand-milked, things of this nature, they got a whole different attitude about them as a beef cow that's been out in pasture. Okay? Because you don't have as much physical contact with them. So, understand that. Dairy cows, a little easier to deal with. All right? There's an old saying, and ladies, excuse me, I'm just quoting an old saying. You can tell a good stockman by the way his cattle behave. They're laid back, they're relaxed, they're not aggressive, pretty much do as they're instructed to do. That's a sign you're dealing with a stockman that knows what he's doing, or a stockwoman that knows what she's doing. There's a lot of them out there. Matter of fact, I know one lady, she'll go out and ear tag, put in fly tags on her herd out in the pasture. All right? I don't recommend that because they can do some weird stuff, even turn them loose. You got to really have the confidence of that cow, and that cow very much bonded to you. But you'll go out with a ear tag and wrap her arm around the neck and pet their head and play with their ears and get them all nice and relaxed and comfy, and pow, she'll slap an ear tag on them and pet their head again and turn them loose. Seen her do 150 head like that out in the pasture. Impressive to watch. But that woman is bonded to those animals. As somebody new to like cattle, you might want to start out, and I strongly urge you to start out with calves. Okay? And here's the main reasons for that. Number one, you'll get used to how that group of calves interact with one another. Okay? You'll also get to see their body language. You watch them at play. They exhibit in play a lot of the body language that they would exhibit if they were becoming aggressive toward you. Yeah. So you learn by watching those calves. Bulls are going to challenge you at some point in their life, and usually they'll challenge you as a calf. All right? And to be quite honest with you, the way I dealt with them for years, I'll grab them around the neck, kind of twist their head sideways and push down on them, and put them down on their side on the ground, flop down on top of them, and just smack the heck out of them. And let me tell you, when I turn that calf loose, he's going to stand up, he's going to back up, he's going to look at you, and you can see the gears turning in that head. If I don't ever want to do that again, that hurt. And this dude just manhandled me. Okay? And that thought's going to remain in that bull's mind when he's 2,000 plus pounds. Please don't want to mess with him. He will manhandle you. And he's going to, even when you're doing something he's not crazy about you doing, he's going to respect the fact that you are the dominant animal in that group. Same thing applies to goats. You'll have a goat, you'll get a goat out there as a Billy who's going to try to show that he's the boss. You're going to have to put him in his place. All right? Yeah, if you don't think you're physically up to that, keep a little 3-foot piece of PVC pipe with you. All right? Because it's going to happen. Sooner or later, it is going to happen. And when the cow tries to charge you, or the ram, or the little Billy goes to charge you, or a ram goes to charge you, beat its butt. Just grab a hold of it and knock the heck out of it. And that animal will learn, okay, I don't charge them. That hurts. And it sticks in their mind. Especially if they were young. But mainly getting young calves starting out with cattle. You're going to get to learn the body language, the way these cows interact, the way they interact with you, and form that bond that's really critical for you to handle them properly. Now, you're going to have to use good training methods. All right? Yelling and screaming. I hear people all the time with their dogs. Okay? Dog's doing something wrong. They're screaming its name and giving it this mile-long, stop biting at the mailman. A dog is not going to grasp all that. Really not. All right? And if you see a professional dog trainer or somebody that's got experience training dogs, okay, it's going to be a 2-word command. It's going to be the dog's name and either no, which means stop what you're doing now, or come, 1-word command, means you need to move from where you're at to my side and sit your butt down. Okay? Simple commands. Same thing with cows. All right? I'll walk out in the pasture now, and I'm going to tell you about how to steer a cow, but a good stock person that is bonded with his herd can walk out into a pasture and the cow will be scattered all over the place. I used a bucket and a piece of PVC pipe. And I just bang on that bucket. I holler out, hey gals, come on girls. And here they come. Now, you can either get behind them and drive them, which works, or you can just walk to wherever you want them to go, and they'll follow you. Because after all, you're the head of the herd, and they're going to follow you. Okay? And if you see them start stopping and get distracted by, ooh, there's a little clover over there, looks pretty good. Holler. Don't holler, just say, come on girl, let's go. And she'll lift her head back up, keep on coming. That's how if you have a good bond with your cattle, they should react. All right? Very quiet, very peaceful. They'll follow you on up out of the pasture, up to the barn, or wherever you want them to go. Walk them into a corral. If you're working with a stock dog, if the dog is properly trained, okay, you holler out, you look down at the dog, go get the cows. Bring them in. Pooh, take off like a bullet. And she's going to get out there and round that herd up. And that herd, if she's been out with that herd, even especially if she grew up with that herd, they're going to respect her, and they're going to do, or him, and they're going to do what that dog's trying to tell them to do. More or less, they know that that dog starts nipping their heels to get moving, they're to start moving. And then that dog will guide them where they want them to go. Okay? They get used to, cattle are creatures of habit. Whatever they get used to, they're comfortable with. It's nothing new. It's nothing to get excited about. Okay? A lot of times, a herd of cattle get excited about feed, and they'll come charging at you. If you train your dog right, that dog will automatically see that charging herd, and that dog will know its job is to make sure that herd doesn't continue that charge. And she'll go out and confront that herd. And the herd recognizes that dog as being second in command. And they'll stop. And you'll see the dog walk around in front of them until they see that those cows have settled down, and she'll move around behind it, or he'll move around behind it and start moving the cattle on up. Slowly, comfortably. Doing away with the excitement. Excitement is stress to cows, and they'll make mistakes when they're excited and stressed, or just plain excited. Okay? Being calm. Same thing with a dog. If you start getting excited at a dog and start yelling at it, you might as well walk off, because you are doing nothing to train that dog. You're basically showing that dog you just took control. And I've lost control. Right? That's how it works. So cattle are no different. So if you're new to cattle, it is much easier to start training a cow as a calf. A bull calf is going to challenge you. Period, end of quotation. It's not whether or not it's going to happen, it's when. They're going to challenge you. They're going to start feeling that testosterone, and they're going to get a little uppity, and you're going to do something that they don't much care for, and they're going to drop that head, and here they're going to come. Well, you step off to the side, you grab that bull around the throat, grab its head, twist it down, throw it on its side, slap the crap out of it. When you turn that bull loose, the little guy's going to step back and go, wow, what just happened there? That's not how it's supposed to work. Because he's been out playing with the other cows. He knows that's not how it works. This dude just manhandled me. Puts that little thought in his mind and goes, I don't want to do that again. And so when he's 2,000 plus pounds and you're out there doing something that he's not real crazy about you doing, he's going to remember, no, I don't want to act up here. He'll manhandle me, even though he doesn't realize that he's now over 2,000 pounds and could probably kill me in a heartbeat. That lesson he learned as a calf. Okay. Plus, the other main reason that I advise people just starting out with cattle to start out with calves is it takes somebody that knows what they're looking at to walk out into a pasture and go, okay, I want that one there. Paint an X on its butt or whatever you do to market. I want that one over there. Okay? Because you're looking at its personality. You've walked up on this cow. You've seen how it's reacted to you. All right? You understand these are the kind of cows that I want in my pasture. You know, their body condition's good. They're, if it's a heifer, she's got wide hips. Looks like she's going to be an easy birth or things of this nature. Not overly aggressive. You do not want in your herd an overly aggressive cow or an overly aggressive bull. That is a threat to your life every time you have to go out there and deal with those animals. Because you're never sure what side of the bed that animal got up on that morning and whether or not it's going to try to kill you because it doesn't like what you're doing. So if you find that you've bought an animal that you see has become aggressive or has some real strong aggressive traits, you're well served to get that animal off your farm. Okay? because it can be a threat to you and your family. Attitude is a lot of training animals. Now this applies to cows, it applies to goats, it applies to sheep, it applies to chickens. Okay, chickens as a flock. If they look at you as you are a good thing, that whenever you come around, there's stuff like food, water, you know, even a little pea brain of a chicken will treat you like gold, man. They'll be running. I mean, you'll be tripping over them. They're all over you because you are the good part of their life, and that's what you want. You don't want them afraid of you. Okay. Now and again, you got to put a rooster in its place, but for the most part, you don't want them afraid of you. You want them to bond with you. You want them to know you're okay. You'll take care of them. If they're sick, you help them. That's the kind of relationship you want with your animals, your dogs and so forth. You have a job here to do. I expect you to do it, and I expect you to listen. And as long as you do that, me and you are the best of friends. Okay, we're not going to have a problem for crossing each other's path as far as getting you in trouble. Dogs want to please you. But if they also feel that, in all animals, if they feel you're not in control, then somebody in that group is going to have to step up and be in control. You have a dog that's totally running amok, it's because that dog is taking the dominant role. It's no longer your pet. You're its pet. Understand that. And when you understand that, you go, oh, no, that ain't happening. Okay? That's how you treat animals. Spend time out there with those animals. For a new stock person, you want to know the cow's body language. Okay? Just something as simple as how it holds its ears. Cows, when they go on alert, will get those ears straight out and they're really concentrated. They got that really hard look in their face, like, what's going on? And they're looking around and they're a little antsy. All right, that's the cow on alert. You want to know what that looks like. You've seen it. You heard coyotes down in the ditch, and you've watched that herd go on alert. Okay? You've seen it. You've been there. That's the important part. You have to be there. You've seen the way they interact with each other. When a matriarch of a herd decides she's going to correct another cow that stepped out of line. Okay? And she's going to start out by getting in front of that girl, and either she'll start dropping that head and kind of shaking it around, and if that cow doesn't stop what she's doing, she's going to get rammed. She's going to get hit hard. Sometimes knocking it off its feet. But do the same thing to a calf. It's not where they're supposed to be. Or sometimes you'll watch it and they'll lift that head up real high. And cows have an eye that, I always say they're flirting with you. A female cow just always has those big eyelashes flashing at you. When she's happy, content, and calm. When she's warning you, she'll hold that head up real high. And she'll give you a hard stare and not blink a bit. She's trying to tell you, don't come any further. If you take another couple steps, you're going to watch that head go down. She's going to start shaking it. And she's trying to tell you, any closer and I'm going to charge you. Once you know that cow's body language, there's a video I did out there where Maud gave me a surprise out in the pasture by dropping a calf early. Okay, I couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. And when I went out to pasture to take a look around, see if there was something out there that had her spooked, she got over by where that calf was at and took up a stance, confronting me, and got as far as to warning me, don't come any further. Love you to death, but I have to kill you over this calf. I knew her body language. I backed off. She went over and got the calf and wandered off into another pasture. That's the first time I got to see the calf. All right? Because the calf was hitting the grass like it's a little bitty fly trying to drive me nuts. But you're not going to know these things unless you know their body language. But learning body language of any animal, cow, goat, sheep, dogs, takes experience of dealing with that animal, watching how they respond. You can take a dog out on a walk, and if it has a problem of trying to bark or go after everything on the street, what you need to do is get a little sharper, okay? And with control of that leash, watch that dog when it starts turning that head to focus on something else. You give it a little tug on that leash to let it know you focus on me. You don't pay attention to that stuff. Pretty soon that dog learns that when I'm on this leash or I'm walking with them, my attention's on them, nothing else. Right? That's how you train a dog. Keep your commands preferably down to one word, especially with dogs. You know, two, I would say, their name, so that they know you're talking to them. And sit, stay, come, whatever. One word. Dogs don't understand English. Cows I'm a little, I wonder about at times. I'll tell you a quick story. A lot of times I've had, one time I had Maud following me up for feed. I look back, her calf's not with her. Now, Maud, where's your calf? She'd stop, she'd look around, she'd head back out to that pasture, get that calf, and come back up with it. She did that numerous times. It was like, really? Does this cow understand English? Somebody needs to do some research on that. Maybe they learn. I don't know. But yeah, you talk to her. And I've had a group of cows out in the field where one cow's calf was missing. And I'd holler over to Mama, where's your cow? Where's your calf? And all of a sudden, the whole herd walked over where the calf was last seen, looking down into the ditch where it was curled up sleeping. But the whole herd went over and looked. Like, it's here. It's where it's supposed to be. I had one calf of Bella's that got underneath the electric fence and was out in the pasture and out in a large section of the pasture in tall grass. Couldn't see the calf. It was a very hot day. I was really concerned about the calf getting dehydrated. And when I first walked out there and didn't see the calf, the reason I knew that calf was out there was I said, Bella, where's your calf? He got up, walked over to the fence, and started looking around up there. I knew that calf was out there. So I de-energized the fence, dropped the wire, got her to cross the wire, told her to find your calf. Lo and behold, she come back with the calf. All right? So they're smart animals. And they also know, my boss just told me to go find that calf. I need to go find it. And that little fella was pretty dehydrated. He'd been out there for quite a while. Bella was never a good mother to its own calves. It would adore an adopted calf, just care for it like none other. It seemed like her own calf was like, what the heck. So anyway, the important part is if you're new to cattle or any livestock, you're better off starting with smaller ones, with calves and with kids and things of this nature. Raise them up. Learn about the animal. Okay? Learn their body language. All right? Understand that bonding. Make yourself the dominant one in the group. All right? If you're afraid of cattle, you need to stay on the other side of the fence. Don't get out in that pasture with them until you've gotten over that fear. Because they will sense that fear in you. And what I've seen from cattle is they won't know whether that is fear. And if they sense it as fear, they start getting stressed out of why is this person afraid? A lot of times they sense it as aggression. And they'll deal with you. Okay? So they think you've become an aggressor to them. Stay on the other side of the fence. Give them treats. Pet them. Start watching. Learn their body language. Get to know the cattle. Get over your fear. Then you can get out amongst them. All right? Always have in your mind when dealing with any livestock, or even dogs, You got to keep a dominant mindset. I am in control. I am the boss. And if you get out of line, I will bust your butt. Okay? They sense that. They respect that. It puts you in that higher position in the herd or in the pack. Right? Use your head. Learn a little bit about training. Cattle are a lot like dogs. They really are. You're not going to teach them how to sit. Not going to happen. Not stay. They don't fetch very well. But basically the same. They'll follow you. If you know that you're a provider of good things, they'll follow you anywhere. Okay? You just call them and say, come on. Start off with calves. You have to become that good stock person so that you have good cattle. One little more piece of advice, and I'll cut this thing off because it's getting long. Never make a cow's first experience or a calf's first experience with a chute where you're running them in to do something like castrate them. Because if that's their first experience going down that into that corral, down that chute, and into that head gate, okay, that's going to be the experience that sticks in their mind. And you will play heck getting them to go a second time. They'll fight you every inch of the way. They'll try to jump the fence, knock the fence down, or turn on you. Okay? First time through a chute, I usually want to take them in, maybe use some fly spray on them, something like that. Just examine them, pet their head a little bit, cut them loose, and give them some treats. So that that chute becomes a good experience. That seems like what's embedded in their mind. And you don't have problems from that point forward. Okay? Make sure that you try to make most experiences a good one in the bonding with you and your cattle. It'll protect you. It'll help protect your family. Be safe out there. All right? Know your animals. Be a part of their pack. Be the head of their pack. And you will be someday known as a good stock person because you'll have a good, calm, peaceful herd that you don't have any problems dealing with. This is Rick Disney Homestead. Love you guys and appreciate you. Sorry this went a little bit long, but really food for thought. If you're just starting out with cattle, please start off with calves. All right. Number one, it's a great experience. Number two, you'll be learning your trade and not risking your life quite as much as what you would with older cows. Plus, you never know how that older cow grew up. It may not respect you as a leader or even a part of that herd, which could be dangerous for you. All right. Food for thought, folks. Hope you're having a great week. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Got everything done that you wanted to get done. Okay. Love and appreciate you guys. You take care.